Hey everybody. My Nav8 set usually always consists of a large, broad area map, detailed trail map of the area I'm going to, GPX files downloaded to my iPhone, and a set of highly detailed 1 over 24,000 maps printed at my local UPS 11 by 17. Step 1, we need to select where we want to go. Step 2, we need to create our GPX files for the phone app and detailed maps.
All right, one of the first things we need to do is select our map and kind of trace out our route. So for this example, we're trying to make it to Bree. Oh, wait a minute, wrong map, wrong trip. So for using maps for the broad area, I highly recommend the National Geographic Trails Illustrated set of maps. They are the most detailed on the market. For other areas, like for today's example, we're going to go to the Wind River Range, and they have a wonderful map that's published, and we're going to use that one. So I've got the map laid out, and I know approximately where I want to go. I'm going to leave from the Boulder Lake Trailhead. Let me zoom in on that. Right here. And from there, we want to make this loop. Looks like there's a natural loop here by some lakes, kind of going around here. Come down. Look at a nice possible little loop there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move over to my computer and draw section lines on the trail for my loop. And then I'm going to transfer those section lines to my Gaia navigation app.
From the paper maps, I go into my computer into caltopo.com. The backcountry mapping website originally started to serve the firefighting community in Southern California and has grown to a gigantic, useful tool for all sorts of backpackers, campers, government agencies. So from the paper map, we selected the route out of Boulder Lake. So first thing I'm going to do is go over here and select a base layer. From the drop-down non-premium list, we get Map Builder Topo, Map Builder Hybrid, Scan Topos, which are USGS Scan Topos. And what we're looking for here are Forest Service. This is Forest Service 2016 maps. And that's the map that I've selected here. So I know from looking at my other map that Boulder Lake is down here, so I'm going to zoom in. And okay, good, Boulder Lake right here. And looking at, nothing on here that says, okay, here's where we start the trailhead, but from looking at the paper map, I know it's right around here somewhere. If I had logged in to my premium account, I would switch over very quickly to Google Maps and confirm where the trailhead starts. And it looks like this center section right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an object. I'm going to add a marker, and I'm going to call this trailhead. And then over here for style, let's pick, we get these options. I'm going to pick a car. Where's cars? And then I'm going to drag this little car over here where I think the parking lot is. All right. And click OK. And that gives us our first. Now it asks me to log in. So you may want to start an account so you can save your map. So now we're going to create, we've got a trailhead, and one thing, I'm going to zoom in again, and you can see that the lines here, but they're hard to see for the trails. So we go over here to the layers again, and we select this time Map Builder Topo. And what this does, it highlights the trail network. And voila, like that, we can see all the trails in the area. Lots of trails. So we kind of remember that our loop is going to take us around here and back down. So what we want to do, we're going to create a route line on top. Let's say we want to go to this lake, possibly. What is it, Lake Ethel? Let's make that our first day's destination. And we're going to also kind of see what the distance is. Well, this is 5.5 miles. All right. Well, that sounds pretty good for one day. So we go over here to add a line. We're going to label it Day 1. Color, red's fine. Line weight, let's make that a 3. And style, we get these options: basic lines, get a straight line, get dots, dashes. Okay, we'll go with a straight line. So we zoom in here, and what we're going to do, we're going to start our line somewhere, let's say by the car. And then we're going to trace these kind of dotted lines here that are highlighted, and the route will snap to it. So I come over here and it snaps to it, and I'm going to click and hold and drag it over here. So let's come on over here, drag. And we come up here to Lake Ethel. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And I know for a fact that there's a wonderful camping site right here on the north side of the lake. So I'm going to end our line there. And if I go back here and I bring the cursor over the line and it highlights it, we can see at the top of the screen that it's 6.82 miles to the top of the lake. Okay, that's pretty good for one day. What I'm going to do now is add another mark at the top of the lake for our campsite. A marker, label, I'm going to put Camp 1. All this goes into, will wind up going into our paper map, and also our phone app. Style, let's choose a tent, because that is our campsite. There we go. Red's fine. Let's drag it over here to the end of the lake. All right. We click OK. Now we've got Day 1. One of the things we want to do here too is we can look at the profile. Click on the lake, go over here to Profile. And okay, we can start here. And you see as I move the cursor from left to right, a red dot follows the trail that the route that we've highlighted, created, and right here it starts to go up. Go up, 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 down, then up, 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 then level. And right here's where it's level. That's along the lake. It's pretty flat. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. So I'm going to click OK. And now we've done Day 1. Okay, we're going to put in Day 2 now. So go back up here to add a line, label Day 2. Let's make that a red line. Okay, we're on red. Style's the same. So let's go. So we'll probably go up here to, where do we want to go? Go up to this lake here, Max Lake. All right, let's go down here, see where our other line stops. There we go. So there. We're going to drag that down so we can see it. Go past Ed's Lake. Drag that down. Go up here to Chris Lake. Go around Chris Lake. Looks like we're at about 2.5 miles. So we'll go over here to Perry Lake. Okay, it's snapping to the line. Let's drag that on down. Okay, it's snapped to the line. Go up here to Max Lake. I don't know where. Let's go to the north end. All right, so we're going to double click. And there's Max Lake. So we want to add a camping spot. Go add marker. I've got the tent from last time. Let's pick up that marker and drag it over here. Label, that is Camp 2. All right, okay. One thing that I like to do also is look at the elevation here, Camp 2. You see the elevation is at 9,661. So I can go over here to edit Camp 2. And I'll put on there 9,662 feet so I kind of know the elevation for that day. Okay. Another thing you could do that's pretty interesting, you see on the line here, see there's when I hit the line, the distance is up at the top, 4.56. So one thing you can do is go over here to our thing again here. We're going to add, here's edit, and put 4.56 miles. So I'm looking at my map. Okay, it's kind of good to know 4.56 miles. So we don't have satellite coverage here with the non-premium, so I can't really take a good look at it. I might come back in a second and show you what that looks like. All right. Just to get this over with, I think you get the idea. Zoom in on that. Bang, right there. All right, looks like we're snapping to the line. So, all right, so bring that over here. Get the snap to it. Nope, not snapping. So I need to get off of that one. There we go. And there we go. Snap. And we got to cross this bridge over here. Yeah. And back to the car. Edit. Okay. All right. So there's our loop. Now I put the cursor on here. Now it's only 10 miles. So we got a 3-day trip here. But just to show you an example here. Now I'm going to go back over here to Forest Service. And I'm going to really zoom in. I know for a fact that there's that wonderful campsite right here. Kind of go up here a little bit, then it looks kind of flat right here. But so let's take a look at this section. I'm going to click on it, and let's look at profile. It's not too bad here. So we've got our loop here. All right, that's our hike. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to export that. We're going to go over here, and the format is, this is very important, GPX to handheld GPSs, like your phone. Click on that, and we're going to export all of the items we've made. And a little folder I've already made, Navaids, and I'm going to call this the Boulder Loop. Click Save. And I'm going to come back to this, and I'm going to say, and we're going to export again. Export, and this time we're going to change the format to KLM. And export. And export. Okay, this is Boulder Loop. Save. All right. Now the next step is to upload that to your phone. There are two easy ways to transfer the GPX file to your phone. The first is just open File Explorer, find the file, right click, and then send to, and then mail recipient, and just email it to yourself and open it on your phone. The second way to do it is to go into your GaiaGPS.com account and click the import, say, and it'll ask you to save it, and just import it from your computer, and it will upload it. And you can see here how it looks on my map. It was already uploaded because I had it on my phone, and it automatically uploaded it when it's synchronized. Also notice that I have a Nat Geo Trails Illustrated background. I believe that's because I'm a premium user. So on my phone, I will also download the Nat Geo Trails Illustrated layer in addition to the Forest Service.
Now I'm in my phone and I'm looking at the message where I emailed it to myself. It's an attachment right there. So I'm going to hold that attachment. That's what it looks like. It got a bunch of gobbledygook there. I'm going to share it. Okay, I'm going to share it, and there's Gaia. So let's pick Gaia. All imports complete, and you see Gaia is open. However, we're not on that area, so I'm going to scroll, pinch this. And I'm going to move over here to Wyoming from that hike that I was looking at. And there's Wyoming. I'm going to open this up here. And look at that. There it is. It's imported in there. Zero in on it. And let's look at the map I'm using here. I'm using a map overlay, but let's use the active Gaia. Let's open the matching map, which was the Forest Service map. U.S. Forest Service 2016. All right. So we're using that. And let's get rid of the Gaia topo. So our active map now is the identical one where we drew this. All right, there we are. There's our route that we're going to take. Now, the next step we want to do here is we want to make sure that we have this map downloaded on our phone. So we zoom out a little bit, and we click the plus sign, and we go to download maps. And you get this box here. So I'm going to use this box. I'm going to cover a pretty broad area. By the way, it shows me I've already got this on my phone on the right here. So I'm going to make that much bigger so I have the surrounding trail network in case we need bail. So I'm going to hit save and choose layers. Want the one that we're looking at. So we want the Forest Service. Let's go back down here. Okay, we got that one turned on. So go back up to the top. Next, title, folder. I wish it didn't disappear. Boulder Lake Loop. And add to folder. Oop, we don't want it in Three Ridges. We want to change folder. And we had that in as a Boulder Loop. It created a folder when it downloaded the GPX. Let's just save it in there. And done. And then save. And it's going to save it. Dun, dun, dun. So once it's saved, we can have our phone in airplane mode and we'll still have the highly detailed map to navigate off of. So we're done with that. Now I'm going to put my phone into airplane mode. And if we've been successful, we'll be able to zero in and still have the incredible detail of the contour lines. Yeah, can't get any better than that. Now, as a bonus tip to people watching here, in case you weren't aware of this feature, I'm going to add the little mileage markers that Gaia has on the trail. Go to settings, distance markers, distance interval 1 mile markers. And now I'm going to go back into map. And now what we've done is we've activated the blue dots, and it shows, how far, once the arrow is in the middle here, okay, I've got 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile, 5 miles to Camp 1. I really enjoyed looking at this. All right. We've done it. Congratulations. One thing you might have noticed is that the icons don't look the same as the ones we created in CalTopo. This is a problem uploading GPX files from CalTopo into Gaia. However, it's easily corrected. I'm going to tap on the icon for Camp 1. It pops up down here in the bottom, and I'm going to click on the little arrow and then edit. Now I'm going to click on the icon where it says Camp 1, and it comes up with a whole variety of new icons, very similar to the ones in CalTopo. There's a tent icon, voila. I'm going to hit back and save, and then hit the X to cancel out. And you see I've now converted that to a Camp 1 symbol for what it's worth. Let's create a map. We're back in CalTopo. So we're going to go over here to print. And it defaulted to 8.5 by 11 because it doesn't have the premium. I do mine at 11/17 so I can see it really good. 1 to 24,000 is a great scale. 1 to 12 or 1 to 24,000, but that's the usual good scale. 1 to 24,000. And then what it does, it creates these areas here. And we're gonna move this area over here to the trailhead like that for the first one. Now we're gonna add a page, and right there we're going to add another page to cover the top section of our route. And then you can also change these from portrait to landscape. See, as I changed that one here, so we could actually change that to a landscape. So next is generate a PDF, and it gives us a cover sheet that lists the 3 pages that we're going to have here. Save this. We're going to call it the Boulder Map. And it's going to be a PDF, and it's in our Nav Aids folder, so save it. Then I'm going to go into that folder, open it up. This time it'll open it up in Adobe. And I'm going to be able to, let's go down to the second page. We don't, you know what, I could have turned off that cover. And let's turn that, there we go. So you can see in a PDF, this is what you're going to get when you print it out. So it's got wonderful detail.
go up here by the lake, and I like this. So we can go down and see the last page. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and exit this and go back to CalTopo. See, we could have turned off the show overview page. We could have turned that off. And then that's it. Then you can just exit out of this section right here. So there it is, and that concludes this section. The next section, I'm going to show you how to load it up into Google Earth so we could view this as a 3D route. So come back for that one.